Eaton'S now a defunct Canadian store that's been around forever. Anyways, I got some bubble gum. I'm going to chew some double bubble here. So, that dress is $3.89. Those ones are $7.98, $7.98. These coats are $14.95. Wow. Basically, less than $15, you get yourself a nice coat. These ones are a bit more pricey. This one here is $26.95. I guess spending almost $30 on a coat back in those days was probably unheard of unless you were quite wealthy. $2.29 for those sweaters there. $1.98. Wow, that's pretty amazing, these prices. So, snow time dogs. So these prices, yeah, roughly $15 for one of these. That coat is $10.95. Wow, that's crazy. In sizes 7 to 12 for $2.98. So between size 7 to 12 for $3, get that dress there. Wow. A lot of these dresses are $3. Crazy. Wow, that's pretty insane, these prices. Okay, well, there's a coat that's $39.75. That was probably a very expensive coat for back then. Holy cow. Well, this one here, $49.9, $50. For this one, $50. Wow. Oh, whoa. Definitely a winter coat. Well, those are some pretty crazy prices if you ask me. This catalog is huge and the paper is really thick. It smells very old. It has that real musty smell to it. Holy cow, $69.95, $70 for this coat. Dyed fur scarf goes with it, I guess. Japanese mink, dried fur scarf. Wow. This was the look back then, I guess, you know. Okay, now. Yeah, less than $40 for any one of these. Okay, now. Holy cow. So, fur coat feature muskrat backs. $389 from 1953 or 4 in today's prices. Boy, that's a lot. Persian lamb. It says it's Persian lamb. Wow. Beautiful. Mink. These ones are a bit more affordable at $189, $139. The most for your money, youthfully becoming the coat's key to the Canadian winter. Yeah, I hope so. Man. Luxurious mink capes, $2.99. Wow. $300 for a mink. No, that's just so much money. And I think in those dollars it must have been outrageous. Rayons, less than $5. $2.98. Platter corduroy. Wow. Oh, I got some colored pictures here. Very chic looking. Are these pages stuck together? Nope. Okay, let's try and sort of move on here a bit. That's like an old style right there, You used to see a lot of that in Saskatchewan when I lived there. Let's try and sort of, there's a few pages ripped and missing here. So basically, these are all under $10. Imagine having your paycheck now and going back, living in those days. Wow. You could live high on the hog, let me tell you. Page is ripped. $4.98. $4.98. Mind you, I can't imagine anybody wearing something like this nowadays, but unless you're really into that retro thing, but looks like they're made out of tablecloths or curtains or something. Okay, I remember these type of hats with like a veil type thing. So these hats are less. This one's only $3. That's kind of cool. That one there, almost that 1920s style, almost. For $3.98. $2.35, $2.75, $1.98. Wow, $1.29, $2.39. Okay. Bridal gowns. Not very expensive at all. Wow. Eaton'S Hosiery, 69 cents, $1.59. I'm assuming those are good prices for back then. Oh, there's a sexy picture. A lot of winter wear. Mind you, it's the winter catalog. Fall and winter. That's why it's mostly winter wear. Gloves for less than $5. These are men's gloves. We're getting them as some men's wear now, I think. Yeah, leather. Sheepskin leather. For $3.35. Sheepskin leather. I remember wearing gloves like these when I was a kid. Sturdy work socks. Oh my, I'm gonna blush any minute here now. It's like looking at porn here all of a sudden. I can buy some of those to enhance your figure for $1.09. Some of these brassieres were 77 cents. Girdle for $3. All this stuff's about $5 or $6. Oh, women's long johns. Well, a winter in Canada pretty much requires that. Okay, so let's try and move on here. Looked at a lot of lady stuff, kid stuff is probably not much more interesting. Well, let's go look at some shoes, maybe. Fashion fitting from Gazelle. Well, under $10. These are $5, $6, $4, $8. Dressy shoes for the foot. Glamour sophistication. Quite interesting. Lots of slippers. Shoes still under $5. Heck of a good pair of shoes are under $5. These ones are about $8, $7.95. I used to see these when I was a kid. A lot of women wore these. Oh, and these. I used to see a lot of those when I was a kid. Oxford. Looks like something the school marm would wear, Wow, those look pretty cozy. Okay. $50 gets you a nice pair of boots. $2.69. They used to call these galoshes or something, or wanigans. These are still very common. Oh, these shoes have become very retro. You know, I used to wear something very similar to that when I was a kid. Cowboy boot with a stub toe, kind of like a Civil War style. Oxfords. All leather. Beautiful leather shoes. My dad used to wear stuff like this, just like that, exactly like that, to the office. Average price about $7 or less. Wow. Some cool looking boots, actually. These are pretty cool looking. All those lace ups. I need a fresh piece of gum. My dad had boots like that. They were like over boots going over top your shoe. I think in Home Alone, at the very end, where the neighbor whacks the car with the shovel, he's wearing a pair similar to that. Wow, anywhere from $12 to $15 gets you a nice suit. Oh, here we are. Woven denim work dogs. Triple knees, double seat for less than $3. Wow. Nice to have those prices again. Denim jeans. $3.98. $3.19. $27. $25. Winter coat for $13. I mean, I would still wear something like this today, you know, or that. Better than freezing. Scout uniforms. Well, that guy's got a hockey stick. Neckties for $1. Belts for $1. All these belts for $1. $2 for that one. Suspenders. I'm still a few years away from wearing suspenders. Cardigans for $5. Imported. ones for men. $3.50. $6.50. Wow. Oh, I've got some nice hats here for $6. Pretty snappy. Mostly work duds, I guess. Thinking that guy has a sledgehammer. Well, coats from, $30, $40, $50 now. Just like something the dad will leave to Beaver used to wear, probably. Hugh Beaumont probably looked just like that. $44.50 for a suit. So you can get some pretty sporty suits for 30, 40, $50. Tweeds, Humphrey tweeds. Okay, let's move on. Kind of tired looking at clothes. What are we looking at here? Let's see what we got. Don't want to look at linen. Lots of linen. Okay, let's get into some. Okay, so utility wear, $4 for that set. Dinnerware, $12 for a 34-piece dinner set. $34. Allison pattern. English dinnerware set for $8 for $20 right there. Wow. How about a beautiful watch for, well, what's interesting? What's interesting is, okay, a lot of these watches, you can buy good watches that are probably equally as good as this, possibly for the same price nowadays, or maybe cheaper. Self-winding number 7. It's a self-winding, waterproof solar watch. Filled with 17 jewel Swiss movements. For $35. Okay, well maybe you wouldn't get a watch of that quality. But, there are some, you can get some pretty good watches, but a lot of them are waterproof. That was like a big deal, have a waterproof watch, shockproof. So you can get a decent watch for over $20-some, like, or more if you want to spend it. Solar wristwatch. that set. That cleaver is 98 cents. So $7.69 for a whole set like that. My mom used to have an ashtray just like that. For years, those are so common back in the day. And you get a jackknife from 49 cents to a couple bucks. Scissors 95 cents, 69 cents. $6 for that. So some of these are a bit more pricey, you know. You're looking at about 10 bucks, 12 bucks, 15, you know. $25 for that. Lovely silver. 10 bucks. And that's for number 8 for that there. Well, nice clock. Average about $30. Cuckoo clocks for $22. Got some decent clocks here for $3, $4, $5. Binoculars, wow. $45 for that set of binoculars. They must have been pretty good. $45 for that set. $99 for that set. Featherweight binoculars made in Germany. Wow. Microscopes for $8. Now there's, okay, so like $30 for a razor. Well, you can still get razors for, yeah, probably the same price. These look like hair clippers, barbershop hair clippers. Purses for $2.99 to $10 to $3.95, $5.95. A lot of this handsome leather. I guess they're leather. I guess. So these here briefcases, $15. Oh, that's I was wondering what that gizmo was. It's a projector, ViewMaster projector. These things here, I used to love these. You still see these, but they're kind of cheap. They're cheap plastic things. So for $3, one of those here. We've got some cameras. Look at these cameras here. Okay, wow. So some of these kind of look like a imitation Hasselblad type thing, you know, but I remember these bulbs, these flash bulbs, Kodak film. Oh, there's a movie projector, movie camera. $169 for that movie, 16mm movie projector. $41 for that camera is probably quite good. $109 for that one. $174 for that one. Wow. These are projectors here. Bonds. I think Bonds is still around. $1. Listerine toothpaste. Polident. You underwear the yellow when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent. Oh yeah, Pepsodent, not Polident. Polident's for soaking your false teeth in. Singing the wrong tune. Baby soap. Moth bomb. Back to some weird clothing. Wow, we got some Kodaks. Water bottles. For a couple of bucks, get yourself a water bottle. Pencils, colored pencils, little paint sets for 25 cents, 75 cents, whatever. Typewriters for just under $60 for some of these typewriters. Number 27, an Oliver. Those are almost $200 for those ones. Fountain pens. Finger painting kit. More typewriters. Adding machines. Pencil sharpeners, staple guns. Staplers for about $10. Wow. Religious books and Bibles. Anywhere from about $1 to about 85 cents, $9. East of Eden by Steinbeck. Winston Churchill. Batteries, radio batteries, Viking radio batteries. World Atlas. 82 cents for batteries, $4.95, all kinds of prices. Super power pack. Look at these batteries here. Now we're getting into electronics. $39 for that. Turntable. Play your vinyl on that. Just spin your vinyl. Shortwave radios. Battery operated. Time for another fresh piece of gum. The flavor doesn't last very long on those pieces of gum. RCA Victor Phillips Philco. Wow. Now we're rocking. Who's that? Gene Audrey. $57. Hey, there's an amplifier. For $54, get yourself an amplifier. But it's a vintage. Look, it's kind of like a Hawaiian style electric guitar. Banjos. For $80 for that banjo. Oh, accordions. Oh, it's expensive, $239. My dad played both the piano and the button accordion. Owner, that's a name that's still around. 69 cents. Drum set for 160. You got a cowbell. The world needs more cowbell. Okay, we got the violins and bows. Anywhere from 12 bucks to 20 to more, to 89. Oh man, they're still making one of these here, gramophone for 15 bucks. Looks like another gramophone type thing. Wow. $31. Portable electronic photograph, single speed. 10 or 12 inch standard, 75, so it only plays 75, or pardon me, 78 RPM. There's some needles for 25 cents. Headphones. $2,000 looks like a generator type thing, I guess. Must be a generator. A Geiger counter. Yeah, if you want a Geiger counter for 60 bucks. Old tubes, radio tubes, batteries, paint. For less than $2, you buy a can of paint. Some of this is 75 cents, 69 cents, or $1, $2. Fixtures for less than 20 bucks. Got these little hot plates. Anywhere from a few bucks to about 13 bucks. For all you ladies, there's an iron. Ostracizer food blender. Wow, 55 bucks for that. 56. Sunbeam Mixmaster for $64 for a Sunbeam Mixmaster. I bet you if you bought one then, it's probably still running if you looked after it. Waffle iron toasters for 32 bucks. Well, see, now you can get toasters. Same price or less. Vacuum cleaners. I remember seeing this style when I was a kid. Like that. Floor polisher. My parents had a floor polisher. 55 bucks, $84. Plug-in electric heaters. Well, getting into... Oh, there's some retro furniture. Holy cow. Yikes. Must be the coverings or something they're just talking about. So let's see what we got. Let's look at mattresses for 60 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Got some bunk beds for $52.50. Wow. Says 5-ply walnut veneer tops. Bed set. Bedstead, pardon me, single dresser chest, $132. Mirrors from $7 to $25. Anywhere from $20 to $40 for these nice cabinets here. Bookcase or china cabinet. Nice. Hardwood. Wow. $219, I guess, for that set. $150 for that. Rocking chair for $10. Baby chairs for, well, average price maybe $15 for a baby chair. Cribs, $36, $37, $20, I don't think a crib's something you want to skip on. You want to make sure it's safe. You don't see too many of these anymore. My mom still has lots of these. Steamer trunks. Anywhere from $10 to $50. Sewing machines, $103. I don't know if it's a Singer or whatever, but luggage. Tools, 88-piece set for $99. Car batteries. Seem to be about $15 for a car battery. Boosters, battery boosters. Cool. Chains for your tire. Antifreeze. Jacks. I used to use my old car jacks for my Chevys and all that. I used to jack up my patios and everything. I use it for all kinds of stuff. Okay, beautiful tires here. Well, some are about $20. I'm assuming that's each. Some are a bit more. Some are $3 something, but those are obviously cheaper ones. Get a bike for $50. Wow, different types of rifles. 30-30 for $60. 12-gauge double barrel for $73. Bob the painter could shoot a lot of squirrels with that thing. Okay, hunting gear. Not seeing any camo. Outboard motors, well, Viking. Okay, I've heard of Viking, so 12 horsepower for $315. 3 horsepower for $152. Figure skates. Anywhere from $12 to $20. Ice skates for, $26, $12, $17. Hockey pads, gloves, goalie gloves, shoulder pads. pieces, you know, $6, $7, $10. And these are little Susie Homemaker, Betty Crocker type things for $1.79 for a 24-piece cooking set for a little kid. That'd be fun for a little kid. Baby carriage for less than $10. Toys for kids. Meccano. Remember Meccano? Haven't seen Meccano in a dog's age. American bricks. I still have American bricks. Or I used to. I don't anymore. I got a picture of myself playing with American bricks. This looks very similar to Lego. I used to like these Build-A-Toy. No, I take that back. I remember playing with them, but I didn't like them. I thought they were kind of weird. Lots of real sturdy little trucks made out of metal. You know, $2, $5, $3. Wow. Now you're talking. I used to have a train almost identical to this one here. Less than $20. Ah, exactly. That's the transformer. You turn it, that's exactly. You connect the wires there and you turn it. Oh man, that's exactly what I had. I have a picture of myself playing with a little train like this, but then eventually I got one like this, and it was beautiful. Hey, $20. Well, my parents must have really loved me to drop that kind of money on a train set for me. Walkie-talkies. I remember these things. Linda bought one there for her kids a couple years ago. It didn't work at all. It was pathetic. It'd fall down, I'd come back up. Yeah, I totally remember that train. Wow. I remember these type of things, these gas stations and, you know, service stations, whatever. Remember these little masks, you put them on, 45 cents. Convertible go-karts for babies' comfort. That's kind of cool. Wagons, I had a wagon when I was a kid. Every kid had a wagon. You know, $2, $3, $4, $5. Whatever you want to pay. These are always a lot of fun. $13 for that pedal car. $13. Scoop looking wagons here. Look at these, eh? Less than $20 for stuff like that. Nice. Grain grinder. Got a grain blower, grain grinder. Wheelbarrows, chainsaws. Wow, expensive chainsaws for $300 and some. Holy cow. It's a lot of money back then. Cream separators. I grew up knowing all about these things. My cousins always, like all farmhouses had them. Go out, milk the cow, pour it in, it separates the cream from the milk. Wheelbarrows. Anywhere from $15 to $50. Welders, $129. Sump pump for $50. Trojan gasoline engines for $50. $319, $319, $69, $75. Look at this. $223. Wow. You don't see those anymore. Look at this here too. Crazy. Wow. You build your little fire in there. Look at that. Crazy. These are heaters. These over here, wood burning heaters. Wow. Well, I think we're kind of getting near the end here of all the interesting stuff. Oh, wait a minute, I saw something. Oh, there's ironing boards for all you ladies. Meat grinders. Hammers for 69 cents. $3, whatever you want to pay. $6.69. $7, whatever. $1.89 for a pair of vice grips. $56 for a portable saw. Well, you know what? I bought a portable saw, a few years ago for about the same amount of money. It was on sale for, I think, a little bit less than 50. I think it was 45. Grinders. $5-6 for a grinder. Drills. Wow. $39. You know, $20 for a drill, depending on what you want to pay, or more. Ball bearing bench saw for $36. Some of these table saws from $67 to $109. These type of saws here, scroll saw, band saws, you know, $20-some, $50-some. Wow, amazing prices. Lathe. Wow. 15 cubic feet, $3.99. There's some washing machines for you. My mom had one like this. I remember it. The old standard Viking. Automatic washer, dryer, ironer. Wow. Wow. 109, 129, 149. Holy cow. There it is, my friends. That's pretty much it. Oh, yeah. My parents had something very similar to that. I remember all that chrome around there. Well, there it is. There it is, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was a lot of fun, very interesting. So I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, okay? Stay amazing, stay awesome, and look after yourselves and look after each other, okay?